Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, When By Sits Close, Everything Softens and quote. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. Most days don't arrive loudly. They don't knock on the door with big announcements or dramatic moments. They simply unfold, one task after another, one thought chasing the next. I wake up, reach for my phone, skim through messages I don't fully read, and already feel a small weight resting on my chest. It's not sadness exactly. It's just tiredness. The kind that comes from thinking too much, caring too much, and rarely stopping. Bai always notices this before I do. He doesn't bark or jump when I open my eyes. He doesn't demand anything. He simply lifts his head from the corner of the bed, blinks slowly, and waits. His tail gives a soft, lazy wag, like he's saying, I'm here. No rush. When I sit on the floor to tie my shoes, Bai walks over and sits beside me. Not in front of me. Not on top of me. Just close enough that his warm side touches my leg. His fur is clean but smells faintly of the sun from yesterday, even though we haven't gone outside yet. That's when I feel it, the softening. My shoulders drop without me telling them to. My breathing slows. The noise in my head fades a little, like someone turned the volume knob down. Bai doesn't look at me for long. He looks forward, calm and steady, as if guarding a quiet space we're sharing together. In the kitchen, while the kettle boils and my thoughts wander, Bai sits near the table. Sometimes his head rests on my foot. Sometimes he just watches dust float through a beam of morning light. When I accidentally sigh too deeply, he lifts his head and looks at me, not with worry, but with understanding, as if sighing is a language he's fluent in. Nothing special happens. And yet, everything feels gentler. Outside, the world is busy. People rush, horns sound, notifications pile up. But inside this small room, with Bai sitting near me, time feels kinder. Like it's not trying to win a race. I realize then that Bai doesn't try to fix my day. He simply sits close, and that's enough. Bai has many ways of being near, and each one means something slightly different. When I'm working at my desk, he lies under it, his back pressed against my foot. I can feel his slow breathing through my sock. Sometimes he stretches, pushing his paws against my ankle like he's reminding me to move, to exist in my body instead of only in my head. On afternoons when the sun is warm, Bai chooses a spot beside me on the floor. He doesn't always want to be touched. Sometimes he just wants to share the same light, the same quiet. I've learned not to interrupt those moments. I let my hand rest nearby, open and still, and if he wants it, he leans in. When I'm sad in ways I don't have words for, Bai sits even closer. He presses his full weight against my leg, grounding me. It's heavy, comforting, real. His ears relax. His eyes half close. It's like he's saying, you don't have to explain. I already understand enough. Bai doesn't ask questions. He doesn't offer advice. He doesn't tell me to be stronger or more positive. He simply stays. One evening, after a long day that left me feeling invisible, I sat on the floor and stared at nothing. I didn't call Bai. I didn't move. A few minutes passed. Then I felt him next to me, quiet, warm, present. He rested his chin on my knee and sighed, a deep, content sound. In that moment, I realized something important. Bai doesn't need me to be interesting, successful, or happy. He just needs me to be there, the same way he is for me. Our relationship isn't built on commands or rewards. It's built on shared space, shared silence, shared ordinary moments. When I talk to him, I don't simplify my feelings. I speak naturally, honestly. And while he doesn't understand the words, he understands the tone, the pauses, the heaviness behind them. Animals don't listen with their ears alone. They listen with their whole bodies. And when Bai sits near me, he's telling me, in the only language that matters, that I'm not alone in this moment. When Bai sits close, everything softens, not just the room, but the way I move through life afterward. I start to notice how powerful quiet presence can be. Bai teaches me that care doesn't always need action. Sometimes, the most meaningful support is simply staying when it would be easier to leave. In today's world, we are taught to rush, to respond, to fix. But animals remind us of something we often forget. Connection grows in stillness. By living with Bai, I've learned to slow down, to listen without interrupting, and to respect boundaries, both his and my own. These lessons don't stop with him. They follow me into how I treat people, how I speak, and how I respond to stress. If we want to build a kinder world between humans and animals, we must start by observing rather than controlling, understanding rather than demanding. Treat animals not as decorations or entertainment, but as emotional beings who share our space and our time. My advice is simple: sit near more often. Sit near your pets, your loved ones, even yourself. Put the phone down. Let silence exist. Gentleness is not weakness. It's a quiet strength that heals both sides. And sometimes, all it takes to soften a hard day is a warm body sitting close, asking for nothing, offering everything.